This is the announcement of trial by combat. And if you remember, the Rudy Giuliani during the insurrection got up that morning and gave a speech, and he said, well, I announce a trial by combat. And when I watched what happened during that whole thing on January 6th last year, I stayed up till 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning when they finally ratified everything. And then instead of going to bed, I was so just kind of freaked out by the day and watching it all on TV and just kind of really watching it. I went to the studio and I wanted to paint, and it was like 3 in the morning, and I probably painted until about 9 a.m. And this moment of Rudy Giuliani announcing, how about a trial by combat, made me think of, this kind of squawking bird and these broken people. And like they used to do in the old times, right? Like the whole idea of a trial by combat is it's an ancient way of settling things. He was hearkening back to a time of like glorious gladiators and these ancient times that I was already exploring in a lot of these paintings. And so I thought it would only be fitting to set up a situation in which some squawking bird on a pedestal that someone had built for him is announcing to these kind of broken people with part arms or weird shapes, or that it was time for a trial by combat. There's some commentary on Mitch McConnell there a little bit. And I wanted the bottom of this half to be to represent that kind of just raw grittiness of that day. So this was painted, I guess, the morning after the insurrection. It's the only, I guess, overtly political piece I've ever painted. But sometimes this was a good example of sometimes after taking in all of that information as a person, especially as an artist, I needed to find some outlet for these things that were in my head. And so this is a heavily scratched, heavily worked canvas. This canvas was beat to shit. And it's an interesting one. It's color-wise, it's pretty slick. I like the yellow. Yep.